So talking about gray divorces. So this is people that have been married for several years, decades, and typically it's the women that decide that, enough is enough. I want a divorce, so they're the ones seeking out a divorce. Why would they be doing so? Stemming from someone that has been in a narcissistically abusive situation, almost 2 years now, that I've been separated from my situation, I would say that it's a blessing, okay? All right, because nobody divorces or files for divorce from a good situation, man or woman, okay? And it's been said that it's more women that are doing it. Nobody separates from a good situation, man or woman, okay? Nobody just decides that, I just don't want to do this anymore, okay? For somebody to decide that, enough is enough after 20, 30, 40 years of marriage, that means that it was a really bad situation. That means that for all these years, they have been enduring a lot, okay? Being treated badly, being ignored, the silent treatment, being gaslit, lied to, cheated on. And for a lot of them, they said that they were tired of the fact that their husbands were getting meaner and meaner, okay? Now, when you're dealing with narcissistic abuse, a lot of times they might not, especially when you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they might not put their hands on you, but the way that they will rage at you, it will get your blood boiling. It'll feel like you're about to escape, or you would wish to escape from your body. Your heart would be pounding, and the fear that would fill you, I mean, it's crazy, okay? So for someone, and for all these women to decide that, enough is enough. And there's a lot of them that said that they don't know how long that they have left, because, they're old. They're older, 70s, 80s, some 50s, 60s. And it's like, I don't know how much longer I have, but even if it's a year I have left, I don't want to live my life in regret, okay? So, I love McDonald's strawberry milkshake, guys. But anyway, I don't think that it's right for someone to stay in a situation just because they've been doing it for all these long, or for all these years. I don't think that it is right to expect anybody to waste their life. And I don't think that it's right also to judge somebody because they decided that, enough is enough, okay? I deserve better. My life is worth better. And someone said something that is better to live your life, or the rest of your life, whatever is left of your life, alone than lonely. And I would tell you hands down, from someone that suffered for years of narcissistic abuse, not only, and I was groomed, because a lot of people that suffer from narcissistic abuse is because they were groomed by narcissists, okay? You were groomed, either one of your parents or both of your parents were narcissists. Okay, so in my situation, I was groomed by narcissists. So it's like when you're groomed by narcissists, you are groomed, you are trained to accept abuse, okay? Because no situation is ever dealt with. Nobody actually truly apologizes sincerely. Nobody truly is willing to accept accountability. It's always blame shifting, so it's like you're like in limbo, so it's like, how can you go from limbo to a rightful, good, healthy relationship? It's not possible, so for a lot of us that left that narcissistic situation, it takes the grace of God to not only survive, okay? Because when you're dealing with narcissistic abuse, it's very, very severe, demonic, spiritual attack, okay? You're dealing with severe, these narcissists are getting all their tactics, They're getting all their strategies, to abuse you, how to silently strip your soul away. Okay? They're getting it from the demonic realm. There is no way it's normal. People say that it's a personality disorder. That is a cop out. Okay? This is severe narcissistic demonic warfare. So for these poor women that are, they call it gray divorce, that are gray, they've dealt with all these men, dealt with all their cheating, dealt with all the lies. And I'm not saying for all, for some, maybe they just grew apart. But I would say for a vast majority, because for a lot of women are nurturers, okay? Women, it's not in a woman's nature, generally. Now, I know there are women that are narcissistic, okay? And that's another story. That's another video, okay? But women in general are created to be like nurturers, They kind of like, they're the ones that manage the house. They're the ones typically that would cook, and for a lot of women, even when they work full-time, just like the husband, okay, they work out of the home full-time, with small children, raising and caring for the children, they still come back home. And women, for the most part, they take on majority of the housework, okay? They take on a lot of the emotional baggage of the home, if there's somebody that is maybe bullying one of the children in the school, the woman is the one, going to address it. If the doctor's appointments, the woman is the one that is addressing it. If the husband is having like issues at work, and is coming back home, and she's the one that he's gonna trauma dump on. So he's the one that she's the one taking in a lot of the stuff, and it's like, you're taking in all these different things, and it's like, how are you relieving the burden, because it's like you're the one swallowing a lot of the you're taking a lot of the baggage, I would say, so for a lot of women, and to top it off, if you have a husband that is a narcissist, that means that no matter what you do, they're never pleased. So you're doing all these different things, taking on all this baggage, taking on all the extras. The man comes back home, dumps his shoe here, asks for his food, takes a hot shower, and lays and watches Netflix or whatever, or football, until he goes to sleep, right? But you come back home, you have to run and pick up the kids, or make sure this person has done their homework, see what you're gonna pick up in the grocery store before you come back home to this and that, and you're never resting. You never rest. One of the women said something that was like so funny to me. She said that she decided to leave her husband because she wanted to retire, like from her, because she was working out of the home, but she wanted to retire and actually retire because taking care of her husband was a full-time job, and it was a thankless job. Coming from someone that left nursing in 2020, okay, having a thankless job, nursing is a thankless job, where you are, nobody thanks you. They're always looking to, if the doctor makes a mistake, they're asking the nurse what she did. If the family made a mistake, they're asking the nurse. If the patient made a mistake, everything is if the pharmacy made a mistake, it's the nurse's fault, so if therapy made a mistake, back to the nurse, so it's like you're just like the emotional slave, the punching bag. So being long-term with a narcissist is literally signing your life away, okay? You're literally saying that you are okay with being a punching bag. You're okay with being a doormat, because that's exactly what you're gonna be when you decide to be with these people long-term, forever, till death do us part, because more than likely you will die before them, because the PTSD, the fight and flight, always, definitely more than likely you're going to be on blood pressure medications because all the raging like randomly for nothing, it's going to tear down your health, And a lady made a comment, that was so sad to me. She said that her mother was 20, because I do read the comments, just to kind of like get more of a perspective and like what are people saying about this, Her mother was 20 when she got married to her dad, and her dad was an older man. Her dad was like close to his 40s, okay? And she was like, due to the abuse and just like the up and downs and all the trauma that her mom got from the situationship. I don't even call these marriages a relationship, because in order for you to be in a relationship, you have to relate to the other person, and there is no relation or relating. So she said something that kind of like, was so sad. She said that she had told her mom that, like, why are you enduring this? And now they had been married for like over 20 years. Like, why are you enduring this? Why don't you just leave him? And it's her father, her biological father. And she's like, why are you staying with him? Why don't you just leave? What benefit is all this for you? And mind you, she was almost 20 years younger than this man. Her daughter said, based on the comments, that she was so much sicker than him. 20 years younger, but so much sicker than him because of the up and down, the fight and flight, push and pull. It's like people don't understand what the trauma does to your system. People think that it's only maybe when somebody punches you, or kicks you, that you have trauma. Okay, the psychological trauma has a physiological effect, on your body. And I could tell you this as a nurse, okay? Even though I'm not practicing, I could tell you because I know the physiology, of the body, It's like from the stress, the hormones that are released, the cortisol, affecting you, causing weight gain, the up and down, the back and forth, affecting your nervous system and, causing so many things. And I talk about high blood pressure, with the stress related to cancer, diabetes, is all there. And the lady said one thing that was so sad, but it is what it is. She said that she had told her mom that if her mother died before her father, that her father will never ever see her again. Because she knew that, he's basically the one that caused her death. So it's really sad. And the thing about it is that they were saying is that gray divorces in the past was something that was like unheard of. You might hear about like people being married for like 40 years and deciding that, enough is enough. You might hear about that once in a while, but it wasn't something that was like something that you would hear a lot. It wasn't prevalent, right? But now more and more women are deciding that, I am worth it. Okay, no matter how long I have left, I want to have peace. I don't want to be a caretaker anymore to a person that does not appreciate me. And worse off, if I got sick, God forbid, they would dump me like a like a bad habit, right? So it's really sad, So I say, I applaud these people because it takes a lot, because I know a lot of people are not going to support you. A lot of people are going to look down on you. And even a lot of times, even the church, if maybe they're religious or Christian, a lot of times they look down on women, especially that decided to divorce. So they might have, so it's like, it's not an easy decision. A lot of times when you take the kind of decision, they might have to leave the church, because a lot of these narcissistic men are in high positions in the church. They might be the pastor, they might be the deacon, so it's like everybody's gonna be on their side, Sometimes even the children, because the narcissist will turn your children against you. So a lot of times even the children will be you know, against her, like, you know, how could you leave dad after all these years? I mean, if the children are not, maybe they were groomed as well to take abuse, or to not really see it as a big deal, or worse off, to not really respect her. So, you know, it's just, I mean, it's just bad all the way. But I say, hey, you know, just the reason why I left, because I was in a 16-year situation, you know, with my ex, and with 3 teenagers. Now, my oldest is 18, to the glory of God. So I have one adult, you know, teenager, I guess. But yeah, I think it's the best thing, because my thing was why I decided that, you know what, enough is enough. You know, I didn't want to stay that long. I didn't want to stay longer in that situation, because it's like, you know, what am I teaching my daughters? Am I teaching my daughters to take on abuse? Or am I teaching them to be strong and to say, hey, no, I don't care how long, I don't care how many kids I have, I deserve better. Okay, so, you know, you just have to just take the, you know, the good with the bad, and just say, hey, you know, I deserve better, and, you know, and it's better to have peace, and you know, and it's like I said, I was more alone being in a narcissistic situation, be with a narcissist, because they never understand you, they did not never show you support, and it's just like you're alone. I mean, you're lonely, you know, you're lonely. But now, even though I'm separated, I'm not alone. You know, I have God, I have Christ, you know, and I have my children, and I have myself, I have my peace, I have the Holy Spirit, you know, and the Bible said that he will guide you into all the truth. He's my best friend. So I don't ever feel lonely, you know. I don't ever feel lonely. I always keep myself busy, and, you know, and I'm not stressed. I'm not worried about what someone else thinks. Guys, I used to be afraid to come back home. I used to be afraid because, you know, he might be frowning his face, you know, it's like, it's always something. It's like you can never come back home and rest. It's always something, you know, either he's bitter about something, or just trying to just, you know, just to stress you out for no reason. Guys, I mean, it's like a life sentence, man. It's bad being with these people. So, hey, I mean, kudos to the people that said, you know what, enough is enough, and, you know, hey, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. You know, I think that the people that decided that that they wanted out was because they were tired of enduring crap, you know, trash, just, you know, tired of, you know, just going through the motions forever and ever and ever, and just dying in that filth, you know, in that, like, confusion, you know, and just choosing better for themselves, you know. So anyway, this is Set to Achieve. Leave your comments, you know. I mean, let me know what you think, you know. Let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, till next time, peace, God bless.